It makes me very angry seeing how ignorant people are.
Asian Americans being targeted for attacks, including here in San Diego. What's now being done in response?
The Petco Park vaccine superstation will have to shut down once baseball season starts. The options for moving it somewhere else.
And the key help that Goodwill is now offering to people having trouble making a vaccine appointment.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
An elderly Filipino woman randomly attacked on a San Diego trolley. It's just the latest in a wave of incidents against Asian Americans throughout the country. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Our ABC 10 News reporter Melissa Masiha shows us the effort to bring more attention to this disturbing trend.
A ride turned dangerous. Sources tell me early Monday last week on a trolley heading to downtown, a Filipino woman in her 80s was the victim of an unprovoked attack. Sources say a man punched her for seemingly no reason at all. Witnesses helped her report it to police. She was treated at a hospital. It's unclear if police arrested anyone.
My first reaction is angry, and then I was just sad for her.
Community advocate Joanne Field said she's noticed an increase in incidents since the start of the pandemic.
The previous president calling the coronavirus the Chinese virus, and that just amplified, I believe, just hate towards our community.
Attacks on elderly Asian Americans have been caught on video in recent weeks. 84-year-old Vicha Rananapakdi, a native of Thailand, was on a morning walk in the San Francisco area when he was tackled, his head slamming the pavement. He later died.
To see this trend, awful trend, happening throughout the United States should put us on alert.
The group Stop AAPI Hate started tracking anti-Asian hate nationwide beginning in mid-March. It recorded more than 2,800 accounts by the end of 2020. Here in San Diego County, the district attorney's office has 3 anti-Asian hate crime cases currently open. While that might not sound like a lot, there were none in 2018 and 2019.
It makes me very angry seeing how ignorant people are.
Kent was an Uber driver. While picking up 3 passengers in the convoy area, they made these comments.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hong Kong.
Oh, nice. Coronavirus, so yeah?
No, I don't have it.
He said they then gave him a 1-star rating. Kent no longer drives for Uber.
I stopped because of the pandemic, and also I'm afraid something like this would happen again. That incident, it was only for, well, what if I get attacked next time?
Melissa Masiha, ABC 10 News.
We reached out to San Diego Police and MTS about the recent trolley attack, but with the holiday, we are still waiting to hear back.
And we continue to follow breaking news out of Hamul. Deputies are trying to talk a gunman out of a home on Lyons Valley Road east of the community church. They say the gunman barricaded himself after shooting a man in the chest. The victim was rushed to the hospital. Lyons Valley Road is closed in that area. We'll let you know if the situation changes.
Former Chargers Pro Bowl wide receiver Vincent Jackson has died. Jackson was found this morning at the Homewood Suites in Brandon, Florida, that is. Police said there were no apparent signs of trauma, and the medical examiner will determine the cause of death. Jackson played with the Chargers from 2005 to 2011, catching 37 touchdowns. Our Ben Higgins will have more on this story coming up later in sports.
Turning now to the coronavirus, the vaccine superstation at Petco Park is closed through tomorrow. The county was set to receive a shipment of the Moderna vaccine Friday. That was delayed. It's expected to arrive sometime tomorrow, with the superstation reopening Wednesday. Canceled appointments were automatically rescheduled. If people can't make the new times, the county says there are doses at the East County and South Bay super centers, and those smaller sites are scattered throughout the county, and they seem to have enough vaccine for the time being as well. With baseball season approaching, the Petco Park Superstation will have to shut down in less than 2 months. So what will happen then? ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala goes in depth for answers in the latest installment of our series, The Rollout.
San Diego, the first county, first city to put a site together like this. Success leaves clues. You inspired others all throughout the state of California.
A week ago, California Governor Gavin Newsom praised San Diego County's vaccination efforts, specifically at the Petco Park Vaccination Superstation, the first of its kind in the state.
A third now of the vaccines in this county have been administered just here at this site. Gives you an example of the potency and power of scale in terms of the efficient distribution and administration of the vaccine.
The site has been a collaboration between the county, the city of San Diego, UCSD Health, and the Padres, giving up to 5,000 vaccine doses daily. But a viewer emailed ABC 10 News with this question. I want to know if the Petco site will be in operation indefinitely, at least the next 3 or 4 months, as the tiers progress and other included tiers become complete. In other words, can San Diegans rely on this site as a major player in getting citizens vaccinated for some time? We reached out to the county for answers, and a spokesperson says by April 1st, opening day, the site has to be turned over to the Padres.
We've known that Petco Park's Tailgate Park Vaccination Center won't happen forever. That's exactly why we've been standing up more locations across the city and the county.
UCSD Health confirms to ABC 10 News that they are looking at alternative sites, but right now nothing is set. There's still no word on whether the next site will be centrally located. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria says all options are being considered.
If we need to make another city-owned property like Tailgate Park available, we'll do it. I think there are some lessons learned from Petco Park that we certainly would replicate. Partnering with a world-class organization like the San Diego Padres has been extremely beneficial. They know how to put on big events.
But Mayor Gloria acknowledges the Petco Park location also brought some challenges.
Naturally, the traffic in the area has been extremely congested.
Right now, there are 5 superstations from the South Bay to the North County. In Chula Vista, downtown, La Mesa, the Del Mar Fairgrounds, and Cal State San Marcos. They all have the ability to give thousands of vaccine doses daily as long as the supply is available. Vaccines are also given at smaller pods across the county.
I am extremely confident that we can utilize existing capacity at other locations that aren't fully used.
While it's still too soon to say, Gloria pictures future vaccination sites to include more pharmacies, senior centers, rec centers, and possibly schools.
You'll have a combination of very large-scale properties and smaller scale, all of it with the eye of just getting the vaccine out as quickly as possible.
Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
We know there are a lot of questions and different experiences with the vaccine. Our ABC 10 News in-depth team is committed to tracking down answers and sharing your stories. Just send us an email to tips@10news.com.
The San Diego County's daily cases remain well below 1,000. The 693 new cases brings our total to just under 253,000. No new deaths were reported, which that's typical for a Monday, so that number stands at 3,037. The Chula Vista City Council is expected to vote tomorrow on financial relief for that city's renters. About $16.8 million in state and federal funds would be used to help eligible residents pay for past due and upcoming rent. The city says applicants must provide proof of financial hardship because of the pandemic. They must also be up to date on all rent prior to the start of the pandemic. We'll let you know after tomorrow's vote comes down.
And it's now been more than a month since people living and working at local senior living facilities started getting vaccinated. And now we are starting to see the payoff. They are slowly allowing more group interaction at St. Paul's Senior Living in Bankers Hill. The CEO says everyone who wanted to get the vaccine at this location have now gotten both doses.
We've been able to open up communal dining again with 6-foot distancing. But people are happy to see each other across the dining table, even though they're distanced. We're also back to opening outdoor visitation. And as soon as we get clearance from the Department of Health Services, we'll be able to allow families to come in, especially families who have been vaccinated.
So far, there have been no COVID-19 cases at the facility. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
Turning now to our weather and a live look outside. We could see some light rain overnight, light being the key word. Our meteorologist Angelica Campos joins us with a look at those conditions. Angelica.
Yes, Steve, we have to emphasize light because we're going to see probably less than 1/10 of an inch around the county. And as we look now at the satellites and radar, it's actually really hard to tell where this system is. So I'm going to switch it over to our water vapor to give you guys a better idea of where the moisture source is coming from. So those darker magenta color bands, those are the bands that are associated with this storm, and there will continue moving south. Overnight, it could trigger a little rain. We're talking about overnight hours into the very early morning between 4 a.m., 5 a.m. After that, that chance will start to die down. And we're also going to be focusing on the winds that could potentially impact our mountains and deserts. Once again, we have a high wind warning in effect until tomorrow morning. I'll show you how quickly temperatures will be warming up because tomorrow is still going to be chilly, but it will get much better in the 7-day forecast.
Sounds great. Thank you, Angelica. The family of a missing Chula Vista mother is headed back home after taking their search for her to Imperial County. Maya Miliete's family spent the last 3 days searching the sand dunes in Glamis. It was the last place that Maya's sister saw her over the New Year's holiday.
We just want to keep on searching and searching, and we don't want any stones unturned. So it's one of those, it's a shooting in the star kind of thing.
Maya was last seen more than a month ago. The sister says that Maya and her husband Larry were having marital problems. Larry Miliete has hired an attorney, and police say he has stopped talking to investigators.